welcome back to our next lecture on learning Autodesk Inventor. In this video we are going to continue with the drawing mode, and we are going to learn about a new menu, which is the annotate menu. We are going to learn about the tools which are included in that menu, how to use them, and we will see how they work. Okay, let's go create a new file. Let's go mystandard.idv, click create. And just like we explained in the last lecture, now we have our desired borders. We have our table, which is in the format that we want it to be. Of course, this table is pretty ridiculous because I just created it by myself. It has no standards on it, but that's what we wanted to do. Okay, so let's go and place a project, but I would normally just put a part on it or assemble, but in this project we don't have any assembles. Of course, this is assemble, but it's just a simple drawing. And now we can go and add another assemble, but which is not part of this project. So you normally would go and create a project which the assembly is part of it, but in this case we are not going to create a new project. We are just going to add some existing assembles on it. So let's go and try this one here. Oh, I think this is too complicated. Let's see this one. Okay, this looks better. Now it says, it's warning us that this is not a part of this project, but at the end you just click OK and it will put it here. So let's just rotate this and place it here. Okay, one here, and one here. Click OK. Oh, before we do that, let's click this option right here and click OK. I want to see the colors as well. Okay, so now we have our drawings here. So we were to learn about the annotate menu here, and let's go right into it. Let's go click annotate, and now we see all of these panels right here, which we are going to explain real quickly in this video. So let's begin with the dimensions. As you might guess, that this dimension panels is just to create some linear dimensions. We can continue with the first tool here. Let's go dimensions, and you can choose any line or any dimension you want. Let's go, for instance, choose this one here. As you can see, now I changed color to red. Click on it and drag it. Okay, and you can just click with the left button, hit OK, and now you can see it's 31. Of course, you can go and change it manually. You just need to delete this and you put a value, but we're not going to do it. Okay, so that's basically it for the dimensions. It's a very simple tool. Let's just click here and hit OK. Now we have our value here. You can drag it to make it more better visible. You can also make it here. Just click OK here. Oops, no. And OK, so that's basically it about the dimensions option. It's a very simple tool and very easy to use. Okay, so what about the next one, the baseline option here? So what this does, it's create more individual baseline dimensions in a single process. So how does that work? Let's go and click here, and now we select the lines from which we want to make dimensions of. You can also just go and select them at once, but first let's do this, and then we will continue. Okay, that's enough for now. Go create, and now you can see all of these dimensions here. Click on it and right click with the mouse and hit create. So now we have all of these dimensions. So this dimension from this point to this point is 1.2 millimeters or inches, depends on your standard. Then you have from here to here it's 7.63, 11, 12.79 and so on. That's one way to do it. You can also do it in a faster way. You just select all of your dimensions, click continue, and now you have all the dimensions. But this will slow down your computer because it selects all of them, so you probably don't want to do that. Just go and manually select your dimensions that you want. You can just go and select them. You don't want to know that, you just skip it and go to right to the next dimensions and click continue. So that will do as well. Okay, so now what do we have? We have this ordinate set, and we have this, just this ordinate. Let's go and, for example, choose first the part that you want to make, and now this little button, this circle will appear. So this will indicate the starting point of your measurements. So I'm going to explain that to you. First select this point here, and now you select the other points. So let's select this line, this line, this line, this one, and you can of course just go select all of them at once, but just like I said, it will slow down your computer. So right click and hit continue. And now what this is going to do is, let's just take a closer look here. Place them here and click OK. So now it measures the distance from the center of the circle to the next line. So from this line here to this line here we have 1.2 millimeters, and then from this line here to this line here we have 7.63. From this line here to this line we have, what do we have? We have 11.0 millimeters. And so that's basically how it works. That's all behind it. So in some cases you need to find the dimension, the distance from a particular point. Okay, let's undo that because we don't want to make it very complicated. Okay, and the chain tool is pretty much the same with the other options. Just undo that one more time and go to chain, and now you select, you can either choose manually all of them, or you just select all the dimensions. Sorry, my computer is running pretty slowly, and click continue. And now as you can see, one more time, let's select not all of them because it will slow very much my computer. So it's pretty much like the baseline. It measures them at any point given. So sometimes you will also use this tool here. Okay, so now we have this tool right here. So what this does, it arranges all the dimensions. So for example, if we do this chain tool here and click continue and create, now create, and now you can see that you won't actually be able to read all of these dimensions. And if we go arrange and select all of these and click OK. Now it will some kind of arrange your dimensions, but these will still not be visible unless you change them manually, because either the computer won't fix them, but it will clear up a little bit your dimensions. So that's basically all it does. It makes an arrangement of your dimensions. So let's go and try it one more time. Undo that, and let's go and make a dimension here. Create. Let's make another one here. Create another one, then another one, and so on. And now we go arrange. We select all of them, click OK, and now it will clear them a little bit up, so that this is much better to read. Okay, so that's all it is for the dimension panel. Now we can go and continue with the feature nodes. So at first we can see this hole and thread. Of course, this is to indicate what the dimension of a particular hole is. Unfortunately, I don't see any hole right here, but let's see if we can find a hole somewhere. I don't think we have any. No, we don't have any hole. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new file and put a drawing with a hole, just to see you how that will work. Oops, no, I wanted to create a new file, so I'm gonna create a drawing, and now I'm gonna place a drawing with a hole. So let's choose one. Okay, I think this one has enough holes. Let's place it somewhere here, here, and here, then go OK, and now we have our drawing with holes. So let's go and use this tool, and as you can see, now it will work. So these are the holes. You just click on the circle, and now you can give the dimensions. So this means the diameter is 40 millimeters, and this through means it's a through hole. It's a through hole. Okay. Of course, we can go and change it. Just click on that. You can delete the through, and you can put here something like big hole, bigger hole. If you click OK, now you can see bigger hole. Of course, you can edit, delete all that if you want, just to show the number 40. You just go and do that, very simple. And of course, it's also for some threads. I think we had some threads here. So this is a thread. Click on that, and it will show you what kind of a thread that is. Just click on it, go OK, and now you can see what kind of thread it is. Okay, so that's basically it about the thread hole. Now we have also a chamfer option. I don't see any chamfer in this drawing. Oh yeah, there is one. Let's go to chamfer and select a chamfer. But I don't think we can do that because it's a 3D model. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this into 2 pieces, and to see the chamfer. Okay, let's select this one. I'm gonna make a cut here, continue, and hopefully I will be able to see that chamfer. Okay, and so now there it is. So this is the chamfer which I wanted to see. I'm gonna go to annotate and use the chamfer option here. Okay, so first I need to select this one. No. One more time. think I cannot do that because this is a circular chamfer. Maybe that's the reason behind why I cannot do that. But anyway, we are going to try in another example to do that chamfer option. But oh, I can see we have here one. So let's go with chamfer, select this and then this, and now you can see that it works. Okay, so it's chamfer with 5.42 millimeters times 45 in the angle of 45 degrees. Okay, so let's click OK and let's go with one more time. Click it once and then click OK. Now we can see how that works. Okay, then we have the punch option here. It's basically just to add some notes to the circle. Let's go and try it with this one. We can go to punch. And I cannot select this. Okay, I'm gonna skip that. I cannot find any example here to use these two options, so I'm gonna explain them in later on. So I'm gonna explain them in some upcoming lectures, so we don't waste much time on them to find a desired drawing. So let's go and skip that. Just continue with the text panel. So we click at the text and we can place any text that we want. Just click OK, and here we have our text. This is pretty much the same. It's just some it's just that you first can select a point and make something like this and then click continue. Now you put your text and hit OK. So it has this arrow here. So in some cases you need to point at some parts, for example like this, when your parts are pretty much hidden and you need to text to be outside the drawing, you can use that. Okay, now let's go in with a symbol option. I would be easier if I would explain them here. So first you have this insert symbol sketch. It's just basically to insert some symbols and stuff like that. Then we have the surface. You just select any surface, and then we have again this ladder here. You can just click continue, and now we can edit the type of surface, if it's valid or what do I know. Just give the requirements and click OK. It will create it. Okay, then we have the welding option here. If we were to add some weldings, but we don't have them. Just fill the data and just click OK. Okay, so I'm gonna delete this. And here we also have more and more options, but we're not gonna explain all of them because this is just for beginners and that's more advanced stuff. So let's try to add this welding style. Let's go select the circle, and now we can see these arrows which we did. We can put them outside if we want it, or make it in the middle. We can change of course the directions, and this of course means that now in the drawing, whoever reads it, he will see it as a welded part. Okay, so now we have the other options here, which are some center lines. You just click that. Okay, I'm gonna delete this. Okay, delete it. Let's add some center lines. You just select 2 lines and it will add it at the center. This tool is pretty similar with this one. This only creates a center line parallel to the 2 lines, just like that. It's parallel. And now we have a center point here. Then we of course have this center mark. It's mostly used for circles and radius. Let's select this, for example. Select this, and now we have the center mark here. And now we have another one here, another one, and so on. The next tool is to create a kind of a pattern. Select this, and this. Now we have some kind of a pattern of these circles right there. And let's try it one more time, because I think I was not very clear. Okay. Now what do we have here? This is the retrieval annotation. This is used to create all the necessary dimensions. So let's select this one, and now as you can see, we have all the dimensions here. So these are pretty messed up. So how do we clear them up? We just go to this arrange option here and select all of them and click OK. And now they are all cleared up. So this is a pretty useful tool, because now we can see all the necessary dimensions and which are generated automatically. So let's just delete this and OK. Now let's do another one here. And so because we have all these information here, we don't need to duplicate all of that. Once again, we only need the dimensions which we missed in this view right here. So just click OK. Now we can see them and make an arrangement. Select all of them, hit OK, and I think this is the easiest way to make dimensions in drawings. Okay. So there we have one more time this start a sketch. You already know that, just to start a new sketch. And then of course we have this part list option here, which I want to explain in this assembly right there, because we need to add more parts. So let's just go part list, and you select your view and click OK. Now it will again tell that it's not part of this project and will give us some warnings, but you just continue. And now we have our table. So these are all the parts which are included in this model right here. So this is the number, this is the quantity, and this is the number. So the cage, the piston, axis, part 5, and you can give it any name you want. And if we were to edit that, you just click, double click on it, and now we have this view right here. We can of course change this, but it won't change the actual name, only in this table right here. And of course we can add another column, or we can delete. For example, I want to delete the description. Remove it, and I want to add the author column here. Just click add. OK. Click OK, and now I have the author name. And as you can see, someone else did this, and I didn't do it. And I just gave it some credits right here. Okay, now what do we have? We have also this whole option here. You just click on that, and let's go do it in this view right here. It just to tell you the data about the holes holes and stuff. Okay, let's go and do it one more time. Select the hole, select all of them, click create, and now we have our table, which I'm going to place somewhere here. And what we did is we created a table. We selected, let's just move this if I can. Okay, now we can move it. We did a whole table, and we have all the necessary information about all of these holes right here. So as you can see, like this. Then we have also this revision tool. It creates another table for drawing or drawing sheets, and it will give some information. Then we have also a general table. Let's go and try these two, delete this one, and let's go to revision, click OK. And of course this is only one part. Let's go and try it with the other part. Let's go to revision, click OK, and now we have this table right here. Okay, so we have also this kind of a table. Let's select the part. Again, it will give us some warnings, but we can also add from another part. Let's go on D and choose, let's choose another one. Let's try this one. Okay, of course it's not part of the project. There are so many warnings. I think we cannot do that. Okay, in order to do that, we need the drawing to be, the part to be inside the project. So in this case we cannot do that. Okay, let's delete this. And now we have also this balloon option here. It's just to create some points, some numbers. You can also make an auto balloon. You just select the part, select all of that, and make an arrangement, click OK, and now we have all the parts. It will show what the parts are. Now we can see the numbers here, and we can read the numbers from here. So number 5 here is this Axie Valley Aubrey. Number 4, let's go and see what number 4 is. Number 4 must be the, yes, it has no name on it. Okay, let's see number 2. We have here number 2. Let's see where it will lead us. Okay, so number 2 is definitely the piston, and as you can see, number 2 is the piston here. So that's why these balloons are used. Okay, so I hope you're not very confused by now. But even if you're a little bit confused, don't worry, because we are going to do some more exercises, and we are going to learn how to use all of these options. And we are also going to learn how to edit some styles of the dimensions, because sometimes, let's say I want to see the units here, and we're going to explain that in another lecture. So that's it for this video. I'm not going to save this, just close it, no, and not even this one. Let's close it, and okay, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next lecture. Goodbye.